All right, we're live. And I did a stream last night on Jimmy Reyes' channel. It's Page One Comics. We're going to talk about that more a little bit later. And somebody said I start every stream like yelling at somebody going, you don't realize we're live right now. But I have nobody to yell at this time. So
really? You start every stream that
Not
way?
every stream, but enough, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, last week we had Isaac come in. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
So thank you, everyone. Oh, Meredith.
Trying to adjust the microphone.
It's not good on the back of the couch?
I don't know. You told me I was in and out, so I'm fixing it.
You're going to make it worse.
You just mind your business.
All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming and spending some time with us. Today, we're going to be drawing Lucien from Ascension. This is a comic I did way back in 97 and 98. It's been years and years since I've drawn Lucien at all. So I'm thrilled to, get the chance again. It just hasn't come up. And for the most part, I feel like people forget. I hear all the time people like at conventions and here on the stream that people remember, which is very gratifying. So I'm thrilled to draw. Meredith, you want to say hi?
See, look, I got a mic right in front of me now too.
Great, that's good.
Not on the back of the couch.
All right, I'm
Told
glad.
you just to mind your own business. Always works better that way.
I saw our Jedi is here.
Truthfully, not
Lance
always.
DeBoyer, Dustin, Pizza Monster Art, Matthew, El Padrino is here. I saw El Padrino last night. I saw Tomic Art is here. I saw earlier on. So yeah, it's great to see everybody again.
Hey,
Thank
Tomic
you
Art.
so much for coming. Raz Zemrai. All right, I'm going to get started drawing.
BW says, thank goodness you're back, Meredith.
Yeah, it's good to have Meredith here.
Oh my gosh, I miss a week and it's like everything ground to a halt.
As much as I hate to admit it,
Screaming halt. Ah!
it's good to have her here. Everything was fine, and Eric and I, we had it handled.
I don't think everybody's referring to the Eric and Dave show. I think they're referring to the week
prior.
Not the week prior, but the week 2 weeks. Like it was a month ago now
What was a month ago?
that I didn't come on the stream because I was.
It was 2 weeks ago.
I don't think so.
It's 2 weeks ago.
Everybody's laughing because now I'm coughing.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. And actually, before I really get started too, I want to mention that next week is Canadian Thanksgiving, which means we will be taking next week off. And so the next show after today will be in 2 weeks. So apologies for that, especially our Jedi. You know what? And actually, really, before I jump right into this, I have something I want to show. I have a new website. I finally have it up. I showed it last night. I made some changes today. Anyway, it's a work in progress, but it's coming along pretty well. Let me show you guys. This will just take a minute.
And yes,
hit my display capture.
our attendance at Thanksgiving dinner next Monday is mandatory.
Yes, it is. So this is the website. Hopefully you guys can see this. Wait, this is home. Let me go back up to the top. So anyway,
Look at how professional that looks.
yeah, I put a lot of work into this. Let me tell you, this is hard to learn.
It's a lot of comic work that didn't get done over the last month.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I have my Instagram up there, which I haven't updated in ages. I need to get back to that, but at least, hey, it's up there. And I've got my how to draw superhero heads course up on my own site. So you can go there and
no Skillshare
membership. I've got it up for $40, $39.99 is what we said. So anyway, and Meredith said I needed to update that here, and I haven't done that. But anyway, I have a picture of me trying to sell it here, and this is it. I even show what to learn. Put a lot of work into this, let me tell you. So I'm very proud of it. So there's that. Also, I want to mention, speaking of Art Jedi, who's here watching, the logo in the upper corner, and it's small, so it's a little tough to see. Maybe the one of the footer's a little bigger, but yeah, this was designed by the Art Jedi, Joshua, who did some projects from the Skillshare course and drew this on a picture of me, which I showed, actually, this is probably a month, maybe a month and a half ago. I showed this one on the channel. So anyway, I love the design that he did. So yeah, I got it, put together. And anyway, this is my new logo. And so in return, I'm going to be drawing Mandalorian actually for Art Jedi in 2 weeks. So apologies, Art Jedi. It's going to be next stream, but it's got to. Yeah, we have Canadian Thanksgiving, and I couldn't fight that.
I mean, to be fair, Dave can't remember when the boys' birthdays are, so we certainly cannot expect him to remember when Thanksgiving is.
That's true. All right.
Even though Thanksgiving means food.
Hey, all right. And I've got two other things that I want to mention. One, very quickly, I've got a Dynamite cover that is coming up. It's on Indiegogo. You can find it in the description. I put a link there. Hopefully that worked.
How long
But
is it on Indiegogo for? Is it indefinitely?
I have no, it's not even up yet. What it says,
it's just a preview. It's
sign
coming.
up and we'll let you know when it's ready. So it's coming. So you can sign up, put your email address in, and I guess they'll let you know when
It's hot.
when it's all ready. And actually,
It's hot.
I have to admit,
Did they announce what it was?
they said it was Red Sonja, but it actually has no, like you don't really see it. And so on my website, on my own blog, I didn't put the whole thing up. So hopefully Nick Rucci's not watching, but this is some of it right here.
It's a gorgeous cover, really.
Nick Rucci is, he's the head of Dynamite who's publishing this. And
Nick,
I'm not really, I should have emailed, I know, and say, hey, can I show this? But I really wanted to show it. And it's the new website. So anyway, here's part of the cover. The colors are beautiful. So anyway, hopefully you'll check that out. I would appreciate it. And the one other thing that I want to mention before we jump right into this is Jimmy Reyes, who has Page One Comics, was talking about a minute ago, has his own Indiegogo. It is Dragon Rage. I did a cover for it, which was a blast. He just put this up yesterday. He's already at $3,117 in a day.
Jimmy.
It's going to be
so impressive.
He's got a fixed goal that's pretty low, and I think he's going to blow past it. It's such a great book, and you can see in here. Here's my cover. It's small, unfortunately. I don't know how small the window is for you guys, but it's got a Joe Willis cover. It's beautiful. Jimmy Reyes did one. You can see down below, he's got like a button you can get and a trading card.
Oh my gosh.
A face mask, a t-shirt.
All I have to say is I'm just going to say this now. You think that you want to offer a variety of tiers for your Kickstarter or Indiegogo project. But as someone who is driving the train wreck of fulfillment right now.
Right.
Or might I say, riding the train wreck of fulfillment.
Yeah, I think we'll be talking about that a bit tonight too. But before we do that, Meredith,
I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying.
All right.
Don't offer a lot of tiers. If I was ever going to say anything.
Also, Jimmy's got a black and white version. It's got a black and white version of my cover, plus all the pages are black and white, no lettering and that kind of thing. And you can see how beautiful the artwork is. So I do hope that you guys will check that out too. There you go. That's my promotion for today. Let me figure out if I can close this. There. All right. Time to draw.
And now we get some wings.
Now we get some, and let me move the microphone so I can.
You like hijacked the stream for 7 whole minutes. You talked, Dave.
That's a oof.
That's a record.
Yeah, but you know what?
7 minutes of talking, promoting stuff.
Jimmy was nice enough to have me on the stream last night. The guys are great. I got to see Joe Willis, who's been on here a few times. So, it was nice to see everybody. And yeah, I wanted to mention it. And it seems like it's doing so well so far. I'm excited about it for him, So
that's awesome. All right. Let's start reading some posts. First of all, Atomic Art says, Meredith, remember when you said every kid should go to school? Well, it happened. Well, it hasn't happened here, Atomic. Let me just say that.
It's sort of happened. It's half happened.
It's sort of it's partially happening.
Yeah.
But yes, kids are going to school. All right, and we have, I want to make sure I hit it. The first super chat of the night comes from Indie Comics Cast for $4.99. Indy says, thank you, David, for years of inspiration. Love you guys. Joe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much to Indie Comics Cast for the super chat and for coming by. We saw him actually last night on Jimmy's stream too, so it's great to see him over here.
Anthony Gee says, Meredith Finch, we need you here. The stream turned into the Wild West when you were gone. All bets were off. I feel like there was a few super chats that got missed.
I have to say, I had planned for this stream, I wanted to have a guest. And it's my goal. It's a difficult thing to figure out on OBS. It's not like StreamYard.
Who's it going to be? How does it integrate with the show?
And how can I do it seamlessly so I'm not really, it's a big tech problem for half the show. That's what I'm afraid of.
So that I can talk to, because before it was going to be like...
That's right. And so I was going to do it with Eric yesterday. We were going to set everything up. He's helping with it. And I have just been not sleeping enough, and I slept all afternoon right through it. I didn't do it, so
candle sorry, burned Eric. At both ends.
So yeah, but he's very graciously agreed to set up a different time, so we will get that set up.
All right, the next super chat comes from Greg L for $2. Hey guys, happy Monday night draw. Hey Greg, good to see you again this week.
Yeah, thank you very much, Greg. Good to see you here.
All right, Kenny Wang says, new website, boys. And the Art Jedi says, website looks amazing.
Thank you. Well, it wouldn't be anywhere near what it is without the logo. I mean, I never expected to have a logo, you know? Who thinks they're going to get a logo? And I never would have been able to.
It was not the logo I kept pushing for. I kept saying, do this, do that. I was like, you should use that little picture of Hayden that you drew, remember?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Who is Lucian, Dave? Alvin wants to know if it's the image of a girl's head on a clock or a calendar in the background of the Ascension #1 cover.
Lucian is actually the main character. He's got wings and claws, and he's a scientist, or actually he's a security guard working in Chernobyl, and he gets caught in the radiation. And, you know, it's a very classic Marvel kind of story.
Radiation.
Yeah.
Can I say
so well thought out that
is there, you know?
I'm pretty sure if you buy the book, Chernobyl is actually spelled wrong in the comic. That's the kind of research we did.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We were young. We were just having fun. I don't like his head.
Past Master Dan says, throw up a link, and Eric, awesome moderator extraordinaire, threw up the link. It's davidfinchart.com. So the old website used to be dfinch artist. Now it's, because he's a professional teacher now, it's davidfinchart.com.
And the new website, or the old website, is still up. It's not like it's gone. And what I want to do, Meredith, is set it up so it's more your stuff. So
okay,
you know what
I'm
I mean?
not running my stuff on a website that's dfinch.
No, but you can just change the name.
Well, then I would just start with a new. I'm not gonna.
All right, whatever. We'll figure it out.
We'll just sell my stuff through your site. You put, you know what? You can put a little tag on your site, and Meredith 2. You can just have like a little click and Meredith 2. And so if people want Meredith stuff, they can just click on the and Meredith 2.
Yeah, you know, I'll have everybody going, wow, that is so cheap.
Well, you never know.
No respect there.
I don't have enough stuff for a website.
Sure you do.
I do not.
All right.
Atomic Art says the website's looking great.
Thank you, Tomic. Appreciate it. What's really nice is that you guys all come, you know, and spend time with us. So I actually have a place where I can say, hey, look and check it out. And I can make you guys look at my new site. So, you know, that's nice. I appreciate it. You guys are very patient.
All right. I'm looking looking for making sure I didn't miss a super chat. I feel like I'm good. Oh, no, I did miss super chats. See, I knew I would. All right, here we go. BW has a super chat for $5. BW says you should be proud of your new swanky website. Definitely something I give thanks for, but I missed the URL. And Eric posted it again. davidfinchart.com. That worked so well that we were talking about it.
Yes, thank you very much for the super chat, and you know, I appreciate it very much.
Charlie Parks is here for $4.99 super chat. Fear not, I am here, Dave. I know you can't draw without me. How was your week? It's true, Charlie. What would we do without you?
It would have not been the same. Yeah, the week's been good.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
In a sense, the week's only just beginning.
You know what? Sometimes I feel like my week is busier on the weekends. Like Monday is almost kind of a relief, but in a way,
this weekend.
Not that much, actually.
You ran errands with me.
I ran, yesterday we went to the store a little bit.
We went to Home Depot and got paint. Because, I mean, it's a pandemic. Who's not buying paint? Who's not painting the house or doing some sort of home improvement project? Yeah,
and you think, what does a pandemic have to do with paint? But it's true.
Everybody's trapped in their house.
Seriously, yeah, it's hard to find. Apparently, if you want lumber, forget it. Unless you're a contractor.
My sister and her husband were building a fence on their pool, and when you couldn't buy, one store had the boards they needed, and they were marked up by like a crazy amount of money.
Yep.
Oh, Russ Hicks just signed up for the website course, supporting.
Oh, thank you, Russ.
So much, Russ.
Thank you very much.
Figure Drawing says, at Dave Finch, props with your site. Also, have you ever used the Morpho Anatomy series of books?
I haven't, no. I'll have to check it out. Morpho Anatomy series. I have to say, through doing all this, and this is the thing about it, drawing and teaching are two different things, you know, and I am learning so much about the way that I draw just from teaching. So, you know, I'm all for any other, resources people can bring up for sure. All right.
Michael Eamon says David would never admit it, but he draws better when Meredith is here. It's because he always draws better when he's slightly ticked off.
Yeah, no comment. You know, actually, I think I draw better because I'm not having to think as much.
Well, maybe. Fair enough.
Like, it's hard to... I can talk and draw pretty well, as long as I'm not really thinking much about what I'm saying. But what is hard is trying to run the... look at the...
Run the stream and draw and all that stuff, yeah.
For sure.
So Henry Jeremick says, Dave, years ago you appeared on a show that was like Dragon's Den, a TV show where the people bid for various things. You brought some original art. What was the name of the show? And what was the artwork from? Do you remember? What was the name?
It was Four Rooms,
right?
Yeah, 4 Rooms. The artwork was from Batman the Dark Knight. Trying to remember what Batman the Dark Knight, maybe a couple of Marvel things. I'm pretty sure I had a Brightest Day cover there, and it was all for charity, so it was great. And everything went, so I think it raised, a pretty good amount of money, which was nice. And they were great. I'm so not a TV person. It was so uncomfortable. Some things, but yeah, they were.
And yet here you are now. If somebody had told you that, I mean, how long ago was that show? Like 10 years, maybe? You
should have seen me on Jimmy's stream last night.
Were you painful?
Well, part of it, yeah, it was.
Do you need me to hold your hand?
Yeah, pretty much.
Am I your blankie?
Oh man, okay. I'm just going quiet now. I'm out. I had headphones on, and the headphones, I could hear everybody's voice, but I couldn't really hear my own. Like, it was really stifled, and it was so distracting. It was really making it difficult to think and talk. And so, yeah, I tried to, when I was about to leave, I wanted to say, everybody check out, Jimmy's Indiegogo and, support it, he's, all that kind of thing. And yeah, I totally fell over and it was a disaster.
Well, maybe let's just call it tired.
Yeah.
Let's just call it fatigue.
Well, it was a little bit past my allotted...
Fatigue, stupidity.
Yeah, allotted time that I get. I told Jimmy, if I'm upstairs, after 10, I'm going to be sleeping on the couch. And ultimately, I was up a little bit after. I think it was about 17 after by the time I got upstairs. But I was fine. You were sleeping. So I got away with it.
Oh, yeah. I go to bed every night at 8:30.
Yeah.
Except on Mondays. Because I love you guys so much. All right, next super chat comes from Thomas Hedlund for $9.99. Thomas says, hey, I met you twice in New York. I'd love to hear your thoughts on my new work. Is Discord the best way to do that?
Yes. And
no.
First of all, thank you so much for your super chat, Thomas. And okay, so what's the best way? Yeah, what are you talking about? I was just on the Discord. You know what?
Here's a question. Do you have a contact button for your new website?
I do.
Then, Thomas, be one of the first people to hit the contact.
And by the way, the contact button works and the subscribe button. You know what does not work? Because it says subscribe for like a newsletter. There's no newsletter.
But there is contact.
Yeah, and I do want to...
Did you test it?
Actually, Eric tested both for me. Like, he emailed on both. And they both came in. Yeah.
Which website do I want to ask what email they go to? Hopefully they go to the Gmail.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, yeah.
Okay. That way I can read them too. So then I make sure things happen.
You have my other email.
I do. I kind of ignore it.
You just don't look at it?
I ignore it. It's become basically your spam email.
What are you talking about? It's all my work.
It's your spam email.
Okay, whatever.
Project Zero. Hey, Dave and Meredith, you guys are just great. Thanks, Project Zero.
By the way, I am actually going on Discord. I've been really bad with Discord just because I've just gotten so overwhelmed. The website really did absolutely blow a hole in my schedule for the last little while. It's been and I've got covers that are due. Actually, I just did 3 more layouts today. So those ones are all due. I've got some statue stuff I'm working on right now. I did layouts. For one, we're good. I think I've got a couple little changes. For the other one, we had like a total miscommunication about the entire format. So now I'm like at square one. And all this stuff it's time, but with the website done, it's given me, a little bit more time.
This is why he'll never ever have a book out again.
Oh, come on, Meredith. I'm working on the book too. But yeah, it really is. I feel like I've actually started scheduling my day where I wake up and I think, okay, I've got this, and this, and I just try and get through them without any breakthrough, as much as I can, and if I have time afterwards, great. But
all right. Eric Ton says Meredith hates Mondays. I do not hate Mondays. I enjoy Mondays. Get to come down, hang out with Dave in the dungeon. Actually, it's fairly clean tonight. I haven't complained yet.
Yeah, normally she comes down and she says, "It smells down here." I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks."
I'm like, it's so dirty down here. I have to kick like 5 bowls and whatever else off the couch to sit down.
Although I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 coffee cups.
Yeah, only 4.
5. Oh,
5.
Another one over there. 5 coffee cups.
5 cups, but no bowls.
Nope.
So it's a win tonight. I enjoy Mondays. If you can turn up the volume a little, you can hear less. Says Art9. I guess he's talking about when you were on Jimmy's stream.
Oh. If I turn up the volume a little.
When you have your headphones on.
I'll have to figure it out.
You will.
Yeah, the whole I'm so used to now doing our stream where it's just us two, so there's no like right now I can hit my,
well, you can hear
my rim shot. There you go. I hit the rim shot. And we can't hear it, which you guys know if you've watched. But
we can hear each other.
But we can hear each other.
Did we get a copyright strike, by the way?
I don't think so. Not that I saw.
So yeah. Lucky. Jack of Clubs wanted to know. And our Jetty wants to know what size his commission will be. But 11 by 17, that's what you
it's 11 by 17. So it's standard comic book page size. Yeah.
All right. Next super chat comes from SCS Powerlifting, who says it's the best night of the week.
Oh,
yay!
Thank you, SCS. Always great to see you here.
Thanks for coming. Carlton Bird says, Meredith, you sound like Court Jones's wife. She sounds nice, just like you. I wonder if she's a good faker, just like me.
What, at being nice?
Yes, because I am awesome at faking nice.
You know what? You are very nice.
I try.
Most of the time.
I try. Doesn't always happen. I do my best.
Yeah.
We do what we can. It's, you know what? I think everybody is on like a little more of an edge, just because we live in times that are so uncertain. Like, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Right now in Ontario, you're only supposed to hang out with people in your own house.
Yeah, that just happened.
Supposed to get together with anybody for Thanksgiving. And I'm just waiting to see what happens with businesses. Are they going to shut businesses down because we have a second wave? And I don't know. Like, life feels very uncertain right now. And
it really
I'm sure,
does.
People in other countries are feeling the same because for a variety of different reasons, not just COVID-19. I mean, everybody in the States has got an election coming up, and that's stressful. And so we try to be nice, but it feels like it's harder sometimes. Simon Bonifant has a $5 super chat. Simon says, is it still possible to break into comics with traditional art? I really love your work.
Thank you very much, Simon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Break into comics with traditional art.
They really do not mind how you do it. Nobody minds. It's really, the outcome is what's important. There is a huge push for artists to ink their own work. And that's true. And it's easier to do that digitally. But both Marvel and DC are still using inkers, and it's not a necessity. And if they like what you do and believe in what you do, they'll happily provide you with an inker if you need it. And you can also like Colin, and actually I'm doing that right now. It's just taking a little bit longer. Meredith's artist on Book of Ruth did all the inks himself. It's all traditional and ink wash and beautiful stuff. And
yeah, there's actually original artwork for the book, which is lovely. Yeah,
he's pretty young. How old is Colin? I mean, younger than us anyway.
Not 30.
Okay, so there, yeah.
I'm gonna say somewhere between 20 and 30. I literally have no idea.
Well, not 30.
I'm gonna guess 25 to 27.
Okay.
I feel like 27's old though. I don't think he's 27. Yeah. Colin, if you're listening, Dave wants to know how old you are. I didn't even know if Colin's on the stream tonight. He might be busy working on our next project.
Might be.
All right. So Charlie Parks wants to know if he composes Wolverine one night, and you can do a live model drawing. He'll bring the cigar.
Oh man.
Are we allowed to draw the cigar anymore? It's kind of like 1980.
You know what? I'm sure if it's unofficial, you can get away with it. But yeah, you never see it officially. And actually, that started when I started at Marvel. Joe Quesada was editor-in-chief, and he's very against smoking, and so it was already a no-go.
Next super chat comes from Robot Fish Studio for $5. Robot Fish says, my son Zane found my copy of Batman 700 you signed for me at Comic-Con in Toronto years ago. He thought it was awesome. I had met you, and he's a fan now.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you to both of you guys. Thank you for the super chat, and I really appreciate it. And we need younger fans coming in and getting into comics, and it's a great medium. It's unlike anything else. And I think manga's been really great that way. Like young people they seem to gravitate to manga quite a bit. Maybe that's a bit of a gateway drug for us for some young people,
Like our child?
Yeah. Yeah, who is a huge fan of Avengers. And then I said, I drew Avengers. You know that, right?
He does not care.
Does not care. He would not read it. I tried to get him to read it.
He likes manga.
Yeah. And Fortnite.
Well, only just recently, Fortnite.
Yeah.
Hey, Alec Obert, who just joined us.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Alec.
Dale Diego, a man after my own heart, says, it's Margarita Monday. I do not have a margarita right now. I have hot water with lemon in it. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, I don't do margaritas.
We used to have margaritas all the time. The problem is they taste so good.
And they are
they are so freaking strong.
Yeah, they're like all
because it's
alcohol.
Tequila and triple sec.
Yeah.
And there's like a tiny bit of, and then you're like, before you know it, you're dragging yourself out of the pool to bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. So yeah, once or twice of that was enough for me to go, oh, okay, this is not my thing.
ODM Photography is here with a super chat for $4.99. Hi ODM. Says, stoked for another night of Monday Night Draw. What's one thing you wish you were better at, Dave? And he says, hi, Meredith.
Thank you so much for the super chat, ODM. It's great to see you here. I would say, if I had to pick right now, what could I be better at? It would be...
managing your time?
No. Okay, sure. But like with art, Meredith,
Okay, fine.
I would love to have the ability...
Sorry, the question was, what's one thing you wanted to be better at? Now, what's one thing I wanted you to be better at?
Right. I wish I could do expressive characters like Greg Capullo or like J. Scott Campbell, like that kind of thing. I think is incredible, and I don't really have that range. My characters tend to be a little bit more... I can draw angry, I can draw a few things, but I just don't have the same kind of cartooning, which actually... now I want to say it leads me to my book of the week. That's another half an hour, but in a half an hour, that leads me to my book of the week.
All right. Michael Johnson Curry has a super chat for $9.99. Hey, Michael, good to see you tonight.
Great to see you, Michael. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the super chat. Michael says, I'm studying your old Psylocke covers and notice she's drawn a lot more voluptuous than average. Is this still accepted in the industry today, or are real bodies what is preferred in the industry?
I've heard conflicting things on that. I know that there's definitely more of a push for realism and, I guess less exaggeration when it comes to women. But it depends on what you're doing. So I think you really need to be aware of, A, the character, and B, the publisher, and really what they're looking for from the book. And so, it really depends. Like I do some of those Psylocke covers. I'll put it this way. I couldn't get away with drawing some of the sorts of stuff that I did on those. There was a lot of butt showing in those things. Ironically, if it was a male character, I could totally do that. They're all for that. That's fine. But female characters, they're very, they shy away from that. So I can do...
Put some clothes on that guy, Dave. He's naked.
He's got a whole tarp on.
Just covering his waist. Like his chest is going to get cold.
Look at the picture behind you. This is how we...
I'm being sorry. You're so not even picking it up. I'm putting it down and you're just like...
Okay.
Tripping over it.
So yeah, you really have to be aware of what your publisher is looking for. you know, because there are, especially, you know, there are more women in comics, reading comics and working in comics. And, you know, some women working in comics and reading comics really like, you know, big, voluptuous, you know, that sort of thing. But a lot of them want something that's more relatable to them. And, you know, so, yeah, I think either way is fine. You just have to be aware of the market.
Atomic Art says, "Hey, Dave and Meredith, I want to say, he wants to know if we achieved our Canadian dream, not the American dream." I think so.
Sure, yeah.
David's my Canadian dream.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, so cute. You are, though.
You too.
Oh, you know, now you're just saying that because you have to.
Yeah, you know, I think we have it very good. I do what I love, drawing pictures all day. There's stress involved. I think there's stress in anything. Honestly, there's stress involved in anything that you care about, you know? So if it's a hobby even and you care about it enough, you're going to have stress. I think humans are not built to face no stress. That's when we're most miserable. So yeah, while I'm freaking out and, you know, getting overwhelmed sometimes, and, you know, I've just got so much stuff going on, it keeps me happy too. I'm really enjoying it. So
Siddhartha Mohanty wants to know if you will upload a tutorial next week. It will not be next week, Siddhartha, because dun dun dun, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll have something up tomorrow.
Every other week is the goal.
Yeah.
And then Henry Jeremick says he has, Dave and Meredith, I have a nickname for patches. It's Pacheco, after Carlos Pacheco, who drew the comic Dark Guard.
Love it. Featuring
Death's Head 2. Sorry, I had to say that.
Did you say that?
Yes. Oh, Henry, Death's Head. Death's Head. You can hear him chanting.
Yeah.
Eric Peter Carlson says, I'm so excited to have you be a part of the CGC signing later in the year, getting my favorite Finch books ready. We're keeping our fingers crossed that the border will be open.
Yeah, I really hope so. I think that they have a plan for it. If it's not, and there's like a backup, like if we have to go some other route, we'll find a way. But yeah, it's hopefully that'll all work out smoothly and it won't be an issue.
Fingers crossed.
Otherwise,
crossed. It'll get rescheduled.
Yes.
Maddie S has a super chat for $5. Maddie says, hello, Dave. What's your current take on DC? Please. P.S. I hope you still have that pen I gave you in Phoenix.
I don't know if I do.
Well, you've got all the pens that people gave you. They're somewhere.
So, oh yeah, it would be somewhere.
You know what would happen? I would buy him. He'd go to conventions and he'd be like, oh, look at that guy. He has this nice box where he keeps all his pens. And I'd say, I can get you one of those nice boxes. And I'd go down to Staples and I'd get him a nice box with a snap lid where he can keep all his pens in. And then he'd go to the next convention and just chuck his pens in the bottom of his knapsack.
Yeah.
And so we probably have it sitting in one of the many boxes with snap lids.
Well, you know what happens?
I see take to a convention.
I see other artists and they're like so organized. I think, why am I not doing that? I need to do that. And the problem is, it's not the container. It's the actual putting stuff in the container and organizing.
No, I realize I'm sitting in your office right now.
Yeah.
I realize that's a weakness that you have passed on genetically to our child.
I don't know if I've ever met an inker that isn't like fastidiously clean. Like the office is perfect. Everything's exactly placed perfectly,
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
and
by the way,
most artists I know, most pencilers, I don't know if that's I know some that are super clean and have beautiful offices, and then others that are a little more like me.
You didn't answer your current take on DC.
Oh,
we really know enough at this point.
Yeah, no, okay. I mean, it's a complex question because I know DC is going through some changes. They're going through some I can't say it. It's not going to happen. Distribution changes. And I don't know. I hope that all works out. When it comes to business stuff, I don't know. I will say I'm working with DC. I just finished another DC cover I turned in today. I've got another one coming up that's been going really well. And working with Ben Abernathy, who I love to death. He's a phenomenal editor. He gives me very difficult to draw covers, let me tell you. But, it's fun because it's I never know what I'm going to get. It's always something that's just going to be absolutely bananas. And I wish I could show you the last one. It was so much work. It was a ton of work, but it was fun.
Much fun though.
I had a blast drawing it, and I always do with Ben's covers. He's very creative with what he comes up with. So yeah, and I gotta be honest, I look at it from that standpoint. It's, you know, how it is for me working for a company, and you know, I love DC from that standpoint. So I don't have like a broad industry opinion. I just don't know. I know I talked to Jay Fabok, and you know, he's got his 3 Jokers coming out, and that's doing great. So he's happy about that. Jay is actually a guest I'd really like to get on once we get this whole...
He can just come hang out on the couch with Meredith.
Yeah, you know, that might...
Pass the mic back and forth.
Might be easier just to do that rather than... The only
problem is that Meredith's going to have to clean the office before that happens.
Yeah, you know me well enough. You can...
Oh my gosh.
You can put up with it, but...
I can stand it for an hour, but I can't have people down here seeing this.
No, it's... And I keep saying I want to do like a studio tour.
No. We'll do the studio tour the night you have a guest in this office.
Yeah.
Because then it will actually be clean.
I'll say this. Look, as much as it's not terrible.
It's terrible.
Come on.
You and I have different standards.
We do. Like, it's clean enough that, you know, I could, if somebody was coming over and they gave me 15 minutes notice, it would be fine.
There's no bugs. There's like some pencil eraser on the floor. I see $20 under your chair. Pens. A few empty bottles of pop littered the room.
Getting very specific.
The coat casually tossed in the corner.
Yeah.
The blanket curled and crumpled in a ball. Anyway, I'll move along right now. One Mighty R says, I used to be uncertain. Now I just don't know. We're talking about the uncertain times.
Oh.
Meredith has a mic now. I do, Bob Lone. I do have a mic. I don't know if that's a good face or a bad face, though, that you put on there. It's like, oh, no, Meredith's got a mic now.
Yeah.
Meredith
what were we thinking?
Now. Be glad Meredith doesn't have access to the board over there.
What were we thinking?
I know. Atomic Art, I do want sushi. But
tell me I didn't just close my window.
I do want sushi. Atomic Art offered to share sushi, but I think I'll have to be... Wednesdays have been sushi nights. We got to get it in because I don't eat sushi in the winter. We're getting to the end of sushi time.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of are. All right. So, I'm ready to start, you know, blocking in some of my shadows. So here we go.
Oh, Eric reminded me to tell everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe if we haven't already. There's 409 people watching this, but only 157 likes.
Oh, well, thank you, Eric. And really, again, just like last week, I do appreciate the likes. Really.
Don't make Meredith come down there, people.
But I'm just glad you guys are here watching. You don't have to, I don't need anything else.
I mean, to be fair,
good to have you guys here.
I watch stuff all the time and I don't even think about clicking the like. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing and then I move on. All right. I'm scrolling down I know I missed up super chats here. Because like the streams, you know how it is. It flips and blips and so then I get slow. I'm slow. Here I go. I'm coming down. I know there's super chats. I'm scrolling past. There we go. Greg Owl. There's a super chat for $5. Not to take up any more of your time throughout your day, but any chance we'd be able to post our work on your site and get feedback. I don't think your site's a place for that, but I'm sure that there's like, I feel like the Discord is a good place for that. Isn't that what's happening on the Discord anyway?
Did she not just say that we shouldn't post it? You shouldn't post art on the Discord? Or am I crazy? Like, you guys heard that, right?
No. What I said was you don't look on the Discord.
But I do. And I'm trying to say that, yes, I just went a couple of days ago and I'm trying to do it more. I'm trying to be much better about it. And I was trying to say that, but... Okay.
I've had a very stressful day. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to be contrary because I'm a woman. I can say black is white and white is black. And then I can completely do a 180 on that statement. And all you can say is, you're right. Sorry, David.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm not saying you're right.
I was wrong once.
Oh, don't do it.
I didn't. Ian Shea is a super chat for $4.99. Ian wants to know, what was your hardest challenge learning to draw? weather, figures, etc. Do you have a before and after of an aha moment where it clicked?
Yeah, you know, that would actually be really interesting, because I remember issues that I was drawing where I had a page where something really worked, and then you could kind of see from there on I was, you know, working with a technique that I think was more effective for me. But yeah, as far as like just off the top of my head, I couldn't do that. But Cyberforce, I think for me, if you look at Cyberforce, you can really see the growth from issue 15 is when I started through to, I think I ended on issue 27, and I was a pretty different artist by the time I got through to the end of it. And I went through a Simon Bisley phase. I think that was the biggest one for me. And then a Dale Keown phase where I had been avoiding shadowing. And I couldn't make it work. And Simon Bisley was very helpful with that. And also Mike Vignola was huge for that. And then for rendering, I was really struggling. And Dale Keown, I still struggled with it a bit. You know, it's funny, actually, the first picture, a lot of like this, you guys can't see it really, but behind me, I've got the promo poster from 1997 for Lucian for Ascension. And it's very based on Dale Keown, as much as I could pull off at the time. That was really what I was going for. I think you can see it in the thumbnail for this video too. That was a very Dale Keown inspired picture. So I was going through that phase. And then I went through a Travis Tress phase, and that actually happened right at the beginning of Ascension. Right when I started drawing Ascension, he came out with Wildcats X-Men, which I need to do as a book of the week sometime. It's an unbelievable book. Like, it's a career achievement, you know. And anyway, I thought this stuff is so outrageously beyond me. I could never do it. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it anyway. I just want to see what happens. And I couldn't do it, but it did actually still make a massive difference in my art. And I find, you know, when you look at an artist, you don't have to be able to do something as well as they do it. But if you can pick up something from it, and you can do that from enough artists, you end up with something that can start to get pretty solid.
So the next super chat comes from Noel Hines. And I do not see a question or comment from Noel. So if you have one, I will look for it. But the super chat is for $10. So thank you so much, Noel.
Yeah, thank you very much, Noel. I appreciate it. And if there is a question, you have a question, just, you know, please just repost it. And
Kenny Wang says that Meredith, tell Dave to do a cool sound effect with the soundboard when a super chat comes in. Except you'd be hitting the soundboard all night long. That's why I need the soundboard, so I can do a cool sound effect. I don't like this.
I can't even hear it. It would drive me crazy.
Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know what I would hit. Oh, wait. Here. Pause. I gotta stop it. This one goes forever. There. I don't know forever, but a long time.
Isaac is texting me right now. I'm feeling distracted. Paul Essenson has a super chat for $7.99.
Thank you very much, Paul.
The Discord is fun. Where can I find a few script pages for comics so that I may practice my sequential art? Maybe Meredith can put a few pages up.
You know what? Actually, that is a great idea. I think
I could just put up some pages from Rose or something like that.
Sure. And
because I own that.
So. Well, what we can do is I can just put them up on my Gumroad. I'll just put them up for free.
You're just doing that to hurt me right now.
You know what? I like it to be a resource, and not everything needs to be capitalism.
I'm going to play my own sound effect right now.
Thank you, Mother, for blessing me with a wife. That'll be all. Good night, everybody.
What are you playing? That's Isaac leaving you a message? All right.
Thank you, Mother, for blessing me with life.
Wow. That's a kid with too much time on his hands.
Oh, I love that kid. And yes, Spooky's Hideout. Actually, I have not seen this Finchtober on Discord. I have been tagged on Instagram by a few people. So I did know that Finchtober was happening.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not sure how this is going to work out for me because I've got this one now. What day is it? Because I've got Mandalorian, and then I wanted to do pencils. I wanted to do like something horror related. And
well, that would be next. Today is the 5th. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 plus 7 is 19. So the 19th is when you're doing the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
19 plus 7.
So yeah,
26.
look at that.
That'd
It'll
be the
fit in.
26th that you can do like a
Perfect.
spooky, scary thing.
All right. So the 26th, I'm going to do something.
My math is wrong. I don't want to know.
I'm going to do something for Finchtober on the
Just pretend
26th or thereabouts.
Just pretend I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Very cool
Jordan
that-
Seward. Jordan's in the house.
Oh, good to see you, Jordan. Or, well, you know, hear from you. You know what I mean?
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Kenny
Thanks for
Wang says
being
Meredith sounds exactly like my mother.
here.
You know what? Every mom has the mom voice.
Yeah.
You're a mom for like the baby comes out, and then you suddenly have the mom voice. You adopt a child, the minute the child's put in your arms, you suddenly have the mom voice.
You know, I have a feeling you had the mom voice your whole life.
I don't know.
Some people are just, you know.
Some people are born with the mom voice. I came out and I was like, Mom, change my diaper. Now. No, I wouldn't do that to my mom because her mom voice is scarier than my mom voice.
Yeah, she's got the mom voice too, that's for sure.
She sure does.
Can't buy it, honestly.
Oh my gosh. She used to make me, when she would get mad at somebody in a store or restaurant, I would just be like, please, Lord, let the floor open up underneath me. Nobody wanted to be there for that one. Artsy Designs has a super chat for $4.99. Speaking of posting art, did you post magic yet? Love your art and spending time with us. You too, Meredith.
Thank you very much, Artsy. I have not. No. We're talking about the sketch I did a few weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right over there. It's still in the exact same spot that it was, like still in the same state that it was.
What are you talking about? I sent that magic sketch off. Is there another magic sketch?
Now I don't know what we're talking about. What magic sketch did you send off?
The ink one that you did? Is that not what we're talking about?
That I did.
What's this thing that you're talking about? Magic.
I did a magic.
On the live stream.
Oh, you sent that out?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not getting finished now.
What do you mean not getting finished? It was finished.
I had some more stuff I wanted to do with it.
Oh, shit. Pardon my... Oh, I swore on the stream. I'm so sorry, everybody. Now we've lost our PG. At first, I'm swearing so we lose our PG rating. I'm singing so we get... What is the copyrighted?
You know what? Strictly speaking, I think you can swear a little bit without it being a problem, really. I just don't, you know. I don't want it to be like that, so I don't.
I don't either. That slipped out. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Your sister's on the stream. Hi, Leslie. She says,
Leslie.
You guys. And now she's talking to Meredith. She says, your mom is far too sweet for that. And I'm like, Leslie?
You haven't seen her when she's angry.
You have not met my mom when she is in a mood. She and your mom, I think, could duke it off because Dave's mom is pretty fierce too.
Yep.
So between the two of them, I'm not sure who would throw down harder. I might put bets on my mom. Your mom's probably stronger. Your mom could kick my mom's butt physically.
See, I would go for my mom, but it's who you grew up with and were afraid of.
Who are you most afraid of?
That's right.
It's true. Who are you most terrified of? My mom. Now it's me. Now everybody just runs from me. I'm so glad I don't have to do Thanksgiving this year. Greg L has a super chat for $2. How do you draw the torso and arms like this? How do you do it?
Thank you, Greg L. Excuse me. I've done this a lot, you know. That helps for sure. Yeah. This kind of lighting and this kind of, yeah, I've done this a few times. So such a big part of learning how to draw is, you know, you learn all your forms and, you know, and then it just becomes repetition. And the more you do it, which is why I keep stressing gesture drawing, because the more you do that, the more loose and gestural your figures will get. And this is what you really want to encourage in your art, more than, you know, detail and how the muscles look on the chest. I mean, that stuff is important, certainly important to me, but you want your figures to be fluid and, you know, move in a believable way, and that's the way to do that. And then the way to do this kind of work, the way I learned how to do this, you can actually really see it on the old Ascension comics and some of the old Cyberforce comics, where I'm looking at different artists and I'm trying out different anatomical techniques, you know, like how does this work for me and how does that work for me, and there's a lot of experimenting going on. So, you know, I know where the muscles go, but there are different ways that you can define them, you know. Strictly speaking, when you're drawing comics, you know, this whole shape through here is not really very anatomically correct, and I keep saying that, but it's really not. And so it's a choice, and you have to make those kinds of choices and, you know, kind of consider, is this what you're looking for, is that, you know. And then different lighting patterns, you know, the way that I light, I try to keep it as consistent as possible. At the same time, I also want to light for clarity, and you really have to make mistakes a few times where you make things kind of fall apart and make it unreadable to realize what's going to be clear and what's not going to be. It just takes experience and looking at artists that do it well.
John Miller says, looking forward to some Star Wars art. I can't wait to see your style. I'm a Star Wars artist, and I love seeing other artists' styles.
Oh, well, thank you very much, John. Yeah, I would love to do more Star Wars. What am I saying? I'm doing Mandalorian.
That's right. That's what we're saying.
I've drawn a little bit of Star Wars actually professionally years and years ago. I did 2 trading cards. One was some Imperial ships. I'm off the page. And another one was the Rebel, the snow planet. That
Hoth?
little Hoth. Yeah, the little speeder that Luke was in, and then he jumps out of, and you know, whatever. Yeah. I drew 2 cards.
Figure 1 drawing says, swears, I'm out.
Sorry.
Night
Sorry
Warrior
to disappoint.
Says, we have 233 likes now, though, because people are afraid of me. And figure drawing was like, why I never. Sheldon Martin says, holy cow, Meredith cussed. I cussed.
They'll never see you the same.
They won't. El Padrino, wait, did she swear? Meredith swore. Pizza Monster Art, I think. Monday Night Just Draw. Just entered the altitude era. Everybody's like, what did Meredith say? I'm so sorry.
So when did the stream all go wrong? What happened?
One F word will get you demonetized though.
Oh yeah?
That's what somebody just said. One F word will get you, Kenny Wang says, nope, one F word will get you demonetized.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So do not use, and your sister, by the way, says she roots for your mom to be the winner in a throwdown with our moms.
Yeah.
I wonder what my sister would say.
I don't know. I'm keeping my mouth shut right now. I'll say that. There's no win for me commenting on any of this.
It's true. Oh my gosh, Danielle Castelli setting me up right now for $4.99. He's a super chat. He says, Meredith, have you ever bought furniture from the Sofa King? Their Sofa King, great.
Oh man.
I think I skirted that landmine as best as was possible.
I think so.
Maddie S has another super chat.
Yeah, Daniel's taking advantage of the fact that you,
totally
well, and especially you don't read through stuff, so like you have no idea what you're saying.
It's a good thing that I did read that one, because I could have been like, what? I'm like, that seems like a weird. And I was like, what? Maddie S, $5 super chat. You have it somewhere. It's a Prismacolor silver paint pen, so you could sign your prints that day.
Oh yeah, I definitely have it then.
And what have Danny Ickey's inks meant to you over the years?
Well, Danny, he came on fairly early on when I was at Marvel, and he just brought a whole different feel to my art, you know. So I had been drawing for quite a while, for 7 years, 8 years, about 8 years before I started working with Danny, which is a long time. But yeah, when he, let me work on the hand one, because I wanted to say some stuff about the wings before I start, but yeah, he is incredible at figures and making them look organic, and just, his line weights. He's a very sensitive inker, but he's also outrageously good and patient with backgrounds, and what he could just, he made buildings look so real and lived in, and tech and all that stuff, and it really influenced how I wanted to do that stuff myself. And so when I ink myself, I really have Danny's technique in mind.
Our next super chat comes from Gerald Lang for $10. Hey, Jerry. Jerry says, hey, guys, how's Dave's personal project coming? Take it to Indiegogo. I backed Fragus and Ethan's books recently. Ethan Van Sciver has a high regard for David. And then he says, self-publishing is all about connecting to and serving the customers. That one, I feel, to me, feels just a little bit like a knife in the chest to Meredith right now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think crowdfunding is great. It's such a great way to, connect with an audience, and it's working so well for Ethan and for, so many people. And it's incredible to see him doing so well with it. He's had a lot of guts to make the whole thing work, and it's very impressive. On the other hand, so Meredith has a Kickstarter that is wrapped up now for Book of Ruth, and everything was finished. But with the, I'm just going to talk about this for a minute. And then, with the pandemic, we couldn't get things mailed out. It was impossible. And all the books are in the States. We're in Canada. We can't cross the border. And so we were getting them mailed out.
And they were in the States because it costs a fortune.
Yeah, we couldn't afford it.
Anything in Canada.
And so, yeah, we were getting them mailed out, but it wasn't happening. And I mean, it was happening, but it wasn't. So many people weren't getting their books, and a lot of complaints and problems. And Meredith really, kind of hit the wall with that this morning. I think, we kind of have that sorted out again, and we're going to get a bunch of the books shipped here. We're going to be mailing them out ourselves. It's actually going to cost a lot, but I mean, it's important that we get this stuff out, and people have waited too long, which is terrible. But yeah, I think in the end, our Kickstarter it's not going to be profitable, put it that way.
No,
but that's all right. You know what? It's always a learning experience, and next time we'll know not to do it the way that we did it this time. But the good news is that everyone is getting all of their stuff, and most people already have.
And I did offer refunds to people.
Okay, so before I go on, Meredith, I want to talk about how I'm going to do the wings, because I keep talking about wings, and I haven't mentioned a word about it. So the way that I do it, you could see when I was drawing this, I just draw a bunch of these shapes and then interlock them. It's similar actually to how you would draw Captain America's
scales.
Thank you.
I'm like your word. I'm your source tonight.
So now what I'm going to do, I know I want to have a shadow under here and kind of pull it up in here, and some shadow along through here. And then I just go ahead. So let me just do that right now. And this will take me minutes. So this shape here, I want a shadow underneath it. Let me just do that. Shadow under this one. And then this will be dark here, but I'll do some of these. So I'm going to put, I've got my light coming from here. So I'm going to shadow under this one here, and it's not going to cross under that one. And then maybe I'll bring it up just a little bit there. Put a cast shadow under this one, under here. And this is really all that I end up doing all the way down the wing. It looks a little bit stiff right now, but trust me, it'll all work out. Okay, go ahead. I'm talking a million miles a minute. You'd swear I had a lot of coffee. Did
you take your pill today?
Hey. You were fired.
Well, I am. You can't do it without me. Everybody on the stream already agrees.
Zoloft, ladies and gentlemen.
You're stuck with me now. Yeah. I mean, your pill could have been a vitamin D for all anybody knew.
It could have been. Yeah.
Take your vitamin C today. I mean, we do live in Canada. We need to take our vitamin D. It's wintertime now.
Yeah.
All right. So while you're doing your wings, Trenton, we're going to do Trenton's super chat question, and then you're going to do the book of the week.
Okay.
So Trenton Massey has a $5 super chat. Trenton says, hi, Dave. Remember me? Next week, could you do the Red Hood from Arkham Knight that I said last week? By the way, I'm that 12-year-old who destroyed my allowance.
I remember. Well, thank you, and also apologies. And yeah, I can't do Red Hood next week.
Maybe not for the next few weeks.
Yeah. But yeah,
we'll put them on the list for sure. Trenton.
Definitely put them on the list. So here's what I'm looking at right now. I have Mandalorian next. There's going to be a week break after this week. We won't be doing next Monday, but then Mandalorian. Then we're going to do a horror character. I haven't figured out who. Probably Jason or Freddy or what. Anyway, we'll
do like the creature from the Black Lagoon or something like that.
Oof, good choice. Yeah, maybe that. Okay. And then directly after that, I'm going to be drawing Death's Head 2 because Henry Jeremic has been waiting months and he keeps bringing it up. It's happening.
Don't reward that behavior.
It's coming.
It's like a child.
I'm rewarding that.
Right.
And then, then I think we'll be able to do Red Hood, which I would really like to do. It's a great character.
Just out of curiosity, David.
Yeah.
Just, are all 5 of the coffee cups ones that you brought down today?
Oh, you asking because I just brought a bunch up?
And did you also drink both of the Diet Pepsis? That might be why you're talking. Real quickly.
Yeah, maybe.
Now
you know what? I had so much going on today. I just been running a mile a minute, and it's I
know
can't,
that feeling.
Yeah, I can't.
And then you hate it down. when I come and I'm like blah 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 blah. But you get a lot done, but you can't slow down.
Yeah.
Except that we need the book of the week.
We do okay, right? Book of the week.
Need a sound effect before you do it.
It says intro, so.
Fair enough.
It's still going. Hold on. Stop it. I don't know how long that was going to go. All right. So book of the week this week. I'm excited about this one. I don't know how I managed to not do this one yet. This is Wally Wood. And this is all of his Mad Magazine stuff. So Wally Wood is a very, very famous American artist from the 50s, 60s, 70s. He was an inker later on in his career, more than a penciler. And he's actually a very influential artist for a lot of people. I think Greg Capullo is very influenced by Wally Wood and by Jack Davis. Maybe Jack Davis more than I don't know. I'd have to ask him. But anyway, so this is Wally Wood, and he was, I think, I want to say, like the star of Mad Magazine back in the early 50s when this stuff was coming out, and you can really see why. He actually ghost drew some Frank Frazetta stuff. I think I showed Johnny Comet a couple of months ago on the stream, and there are a couple strips in there that were actually drawn by Wally Wood. And when you look at this, you can see, some of the influence. But yeah, just incredible cartooning and, really lifelike characters and just beautifully, beautifully inked. All the way around, the stuff is so advanced for the time. I love all the hands. But I wanted to, there's so much, there's endless amounts of, and he's so great at caricatures. And this is why I say I wish I could do this kind of work, Meredith, that kind of caricature work. But the one story that I really, there's I could do this all night. There's a Prince Valiant story in here, ish. Wait, that's not Prince Valiant. That's, Buck Rogers. Oh man, I don't even know.
I can't help you.
You know what? I'm going to shut up now. Flash Gordon. Okay. There is a Prince Valiant one in here too, though, somewhere. But this is the one I really wanted to show. And this is a story that I saw when I was a kid. My uncle had Mad Magazine. He had a bunch of them, and he had this one laying around. And I remember seeing this, and I just could not believe it. I was very young, and it just blew me away. It was so incredible. And I remember just staring at this, and it was really disturbing for me because at the end of it, I'm going to skip ahead. At the end of it, little Batman, I guess not officially Batman, but he punches a couple holes in Robin's feet and then drinks his blood. And I was like, oh no, it was tough. Kind of freaked me out when I was a kid. But I remember every year that we would go back and visit, I would search through. I could not find this again. And I didn't see this for years. And it was actually only a few years ago. I actually got this. One of the nice things about working for DC is you get, a lot of books in the mail, and I got this one. I opened it up and I found this story in here, and yeah, it was like my childhood back. It was incredible. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'd be a different artist if I had this when I was really starting to draw more seriously. If I would have had this stuff around, it might have really influenced the way that I'm working more than it has. Your early influences are always the strongest. There's also there's a Superman story in here too.
All right.
Here it is. Okay, well, hold on. Check out how great that is. And, I wish that I could copy some of this and like really try it, but it's so, like something like this, it's pretty far. So it'll be a little tough for me to go with that. But yeah, I love all these figures. They look absolutely incredible. Anyway, yeah. And I love the lighting, which is...
And moving on.
I'm just rambling about it now.
Yeah, well done. Stop. Close the book.
All right, moving on.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. Oops, knocked my camera. There you go. Book of the week was Wally Wood from Mad Magazine. Beautiful stuff that I think I really, talked into the ground, but
maybe just a bit.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh dear. All right, next super chat comes from Anthony Gee for $4.99. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony says, Dave, I bought a Pentel Brush Pen waiting for it to arrive. I read the stock ink is kind of transparent and meh. Do you refill it with something better, or do you just use the stock ink?
I use the stock ink, and you're right, it is a little meh. I like the brush, and it works well. The ink is not ideal. It's not the best, and it's not waterproof. So I don't really recommend it. I bought a bunch of these, and you know what? I think I said last week that I was going to get my other brush out, and I totally forgot. So sorry.
There you go.
Yeah. But I think you'll, even if the ink's not ideal and you don't love the ink completely, the brush control you get from it is pretty good, and I think you'll enjoy it.
All right, next super chat comes from Greg Al for $2. Dave, are you using that pen you mentioned last week?
Oh, see, there you go. Thank you for the super chat, Greg. And no, that I was just saying, I totally, completely forgot. Next week, 2 weeks. 2
weeks, not next week, because it's Canadian Thanksgiving. Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $1.99. Daniel's feeling badly right now. He says, my bad, I didn't know about demonetization. But apparently Kenny Wang says that you don't get demonetized. What happens is you won't be able to monetize the views of the YouTube video on the stream.
Ah, okay.
So,
right. Which is the lion's share of the views that we get. Like, I think, we get, from what I've seen, we get around 560 in that range basically every time. We had a few where we were live. We had a few where we were well over 600, but now that school started, we're back kind of under 500. Well, we're around 500 something. But then over the course of the week, we end up with
Kenny Wang is
15,000 people watching. Like,
Kenny Wang has become my source of all news. Patches is in the house. Patches. Yeah. He just said that 14,000 people pledged $1.4 million for a Keanu Reeves comic book.
Yes.
Do you know anything about that?
Yes.
Keanu Reeves is writing a comic book, drawing a comic book. It's a comic book about Keanu Reeves' life.
Well, he's not drawing it. It's actually, I think it's being drawn by Ron Garney. But it's being co-written by Keanu Reeves, who did like the greatest intro for it, like Kickstarter intro video.
He's Canadian, by the way.
Is he? See, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, when you're Keanu Reeves, you can do a pretty good intro video. It was great.
I bet. That's crazy. All right. Noel Hines has a super chat for $5. Noel says, Aphrodite 9, variant number 1, cover sick. Draw danger psychopath guy next.
Oh, yeah. That I spelt, I don't know if you notice, I spelt psychopath wrong on that.
Did you really?
Yep. Every time somebody comes up.
Dyslexia strikes again.
I'm not even dyslexic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Anyway,
You're family.
Yeah, every time I see that comic, at a convention or whatever,
You cringe.
Yeah.
So cringy.
And I'm like, where was David Wohl? He's the editor.
Yeah, that's the editor's job.
Yeah. I think he was out that week.
All right. Jerry Lang has another super chat for $5. He says, sorry, Meredith, not about your book. I loved it and your work. And Keith Dotson, next time we will use a fulfillment service, but I wasn't planning on not fulfilling. Like, I was planning on going down to the States.
Yeah, just flying down,
spending a weekend and getting the books out.
Because it really wasn't that many books. It's this whole thing should
300.
not
I
have
thought I
happened.
could have done it in a weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ridiculous how this has gone.
It is. Here we are, 8 months later.
Yeah, very frustrating. and helpless, you know?
Yeah. But the good news is I will have all the books here, and it means that I can sell them on through the little link that you're going to put on your website for me, so that if people want to buy it, they can click on and Meredith too.
Right.
Somebody tell Dave that's a good idea. Somebody tell Dave that's a good idea. Apparently, I'm a bully. Kenny Wang says I'm a bully. Kenny's not my favorite person anymore. ODM Photography has a super chat for $5. ODM wants to know, is inking dead? Richard Friend believes I've mastered inking and is going to start working with me on pencils. But is penciling and inking the only way now?
No, it's not the only way, but it's certainly the easiest. Absolutely. If you can do everything on the computer and do it really well and do the whole job quickly, you know, that's the easiest route. But that is not to say that inking is dead. It's not. But definitely you will find it, like, truthfully, I would not want to be getting into the business as an inker right now. I mean, that's the honest truth. Because yes, there are inking jobs, but because there are so many inkers out there, rates have become much more competitive. And, you know, that's after you get in and after you're established and you're working, you're dealing with the fact that you really can't negotiate for the kind of rates that people used to be able to negotiate for. And so that's something to think about. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm hearing that that's happening in general in a lot of mainstream companies. This year's been tough, you know, and so a lot of people are really pulling back and rates are sliding right now. Now, this is not the first time I've seen this happen. So, you know, I wouldn't freak out about that because I've seen rates go up and I've seen rates go down, and it changes depending on around the time of the last recession, 2008, there was a lot of people took a bit of a, you know, haircut on rates. And, you know, within a year, 2 years, that started changing and good contracts were coming up and people were doing much better. So right now, yeah, rates are not rising, but I think they'll be fine in the end. And also there are so many other opportunities now. I don't think you really need to pursue, you know, just Marvel and DC in the way that you once had to. So that's something else to think about. And yeah, for inking, there's always going to be pencilers. I'm a penciler. I could not do a monthly comic and ink it myself, and I wouldn't be willing to do it on the computer. So, you know, there are going to be those jobs out there, for sure. But it's a very competitive field, and you really can't command the kind of rates that you could, you know, 20 years ago.
In a completely non-related segue, suggestions for your horror character include Pumpkinhead from El Padrino and Bernie's Frankenstein from Johnny Cage.
Yeah, those are very
Cameron
good.
Winkler says Mike Myers.
Yeah, you know, that's a good one too. I'm a huge horror fan, so I'm a little bit.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm just moving on. I'm gonna never get to the super chats.
Okay, all right.
You like talk 1,000 miles a minute, and then you slow right down to a.
So anyway, I'm gonna go with this line here, right down to there.
Charlie Parks has a super chat for $1.99, and Gambit, when and how can I have it?
Yeah, you know what, Gambit, I definitely will be doing. As you can see, Charlie, and thank you very much, by the way. I'm starting to get a bit of a list on. I've got a, you know.
Do you have a place where
you know what's really terrible too? I have a commission list that I'm so far behind on, and instead of drawing
like a 2-year wait list for the commission
and
list.
The whole idea of this was for me to get through my commission list while we talk on a live stream.
You were supposed to be drawing.
What's next on the commission list? I know.
Isn't there a character Shazam on a sketchbook? A full figure?
Yes,
Shazam?
I have a Shazam. I've got a Bear Nemo. I did. Anyway, I've got a bunch. And I have not done them, and instead I just keep taking suggestions because I'm having more fun with it. So yeah, this whole thing
Meredith
started.
might have to take over that too.
You know what?
SCS
we'll take this as long as we can.
Yeah, SCS. Yeah, Meredith's going to take over soon. SCS November becomes Meredith's month. SCS Powerlifting, $5 super chat. Dave, do you think it's okay to try and draw out of your comfort zone and tackle a harder piece?
Are you asking me to do that?
No, just anybody, randomly. A person. Do you think it's okay to try and draw out of your comfort zone and tackle a harder piece?
Yeah,
artist.
I think it's necessary. Absolutely. Now, you don't want to just go in and just overwhelm yourself without a plan, you know, but definitely getting into kind of artistically deeper waters where you don't know what you're doing. Excuse me, I keep burping today. I don't know. This is normally your
It's
thing.
all the pop you've been drinking.
You know what? I think you're right. I'm out of control. Right. Anyway,
right.
Yeah, I just did a cover where I was feeling that way. And what it is, it's two characters. I can't really say what it is because it's not out yet, but it's two characters that are tiny on the cover. And then there's this whole, they're all like clones, basically. Anyway, all of these guys rushing in and attacking. So they're all flying in from everywhere. And then they're all fighting the two characters. So they're laying all over the floor. Anyway, it was so many characters to get in there. And it wasn't actually hard for me to draw. What was hard was for me to shadow it and render it without it turning into mud. And that's where I remember when I put my first bit of shadow on it, and I did it with a brush because I figure, you know what, them torpedoes, man, I'm just gonna go for it. And I thought, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, this could be a fiasco. And I could, because the minute I start lighting, now I've committed myself to a lighting scheme that I have to stick with. And I can cheat it, but I can only cheat it so far. And it can determine the success of a picture. And I really, honestly, it was so overwhelming with so many little characters. And it's a cover. If it was an interior page, I wouldn't care. Like, I would just light it however, and, you know, I wouldn't get too carried away with the detail and it'd be easy enough. But for a cover, I really wanted to stand out. Anyway, yeah, I'm going on and on about this too.
Art Official JV has a super chat for $9.99. Art wants to know, will you draw objects like the Quinjet or Thor's hammer? You're the best with details. Cracks and stone on hammer, the leather wrapped handle. Would the jet take too long to draw?
No. And thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. And you know what? I think that'd be a lot of fun for a live stream to do. Meredith's giving me the no way.
Yeah, when he gets all his commissions done.
I would enjoy it.
Over in November. People are gonna be like, still gonna be cool. We'll have Meredith's month of November, and then December can be a present for the viewers. How about that?
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes.
All right. Daniel Caselli has a super chat for $1.99. I mean, ultimately, you're the one drawing. I can only not feed you. I use the Bimoji brush pen. Have you tried it?
No. Bimoji, how is it? Does he like it? Does he say?
He just says that's what he uses.
Huh.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, no. Not familiar with that one. I mean, I have found, you know, to a certain extent, you know what? Okay, the tools do make a difference. I find these pens I have so much more control over than if I was trying to do this with a brush, and I have tried. So, you know, it makes a difference. I can work more quickly and easily. And with these pens, I can draw out a line and then pull it back if I want, so I can scribble with it like this. And you can't do that with a quill. You really have to push the line. If you try and come back with it, you'll catch the paper and splatter. So I find these are more forgiving for me. If I was a better inker and had more control, then I would not have that issue. But
I feel like this comment must have come up when I was being accused of being a bully, because BW says, Dave, blink twice if you need help. Don't blink, Dave. Oh, and Terry he says, hey, Dave, Mare's idea is a great idea. Thank you.
What idea?
To put a little link. And Meredith too.
Oh yeah, you know, I do have. I'll do that.
It doesn't have to be. I think it would be cute if it was and Meredith too.
Oh, that actual wording.
Yeah, and Meredith too. Just like on the bottom of the page, and only people in the know will know.
Yeah, that'll be very useful for your career.
I don't have a career. I give up. Can't even get books out the door. Jalapeno Milk has a super chat for $5. Jalapeno, I love that. Would you ever consider drawing a manga character like Goku or All Might, for example? I'd love to see how differences of culture are manifested through the arts. Uh-oh, Meredith's yawning.
You know, it'd be interesting to try and draw one of those sorts of characters. It would be interesting to try and draw like an American superhero in a manga style for me, just because I don't do it. That'd be a disaster, though. But yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun to draw a really stylized manga character, more of a realistic style. I think it'd be, yeah, you know, I could see doing that.
Then we have a super chat from Jordan Seward for $6.99. Jordan says, I love you guys. I'm a bit under the weather. Love watching no matter what. I hope that it's not the cough virus. That's what Isaac calls it.
The coof.
The cough virus.
Yeah.
Hope it's just
Yeah.
allergy season.
Hopefully Jordan,
seasonal
you're okay.
allergies, and Jordan is back and feeling 100%
He's gonna be just fine
next week.
And thank you for the super chat. And yeah, I'm sure you're fine. I don't
Pennywise
know
keeps
anybody.
coming up as a suggestion, but I refuse to allow you to draw Pennywise.
Oh yeah.
Judge Death.
Yeah. See, these are good suggestions.
I know. Pinhead.
I would love to draw Pinhead, but he's got all the pins and they all have to line up.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that would be.
It would be, I would love to do it for like a finished cover or something like that. But for this kind of a stream, not only would it take forever, but it would be mind-numbing to watch me do that.
Yeah, it would be. I'd start poking my own eyes out.
Yeah. What time we got? 9:20. We're doing
It's
great.
9:20. Yeah.
Okay, we're making good time.
I know.
Part of it is I already had it laid out, so
I know
that really
works.
helps. Yes.
Oh, Tidbit says, I haven't been up for a live stream in a while. Meredith, did you ever get around to making a nationality bingo? No, but I should.
I don't understand.
Like, of all the different people from around the world who are watching the stream.
Oh, did you say you were going to do that?
I must have.
Yeah. It really is
Come up with some-
worldwide, which is incredible.
It is.
You know?
It's fun.
It's a great thing about the internet and YouTube and that kind of thing is bringing this all together.
It is.
Feels very cheesy to say that, but you know.
See, Spooky's Hideout says it's 2:20 in the morning here. 2:20 a.m. That is, I mean, Meredith can't stay up to 9:30.
Yeah. And it's Monday.
Yep.
That is a sacrifice, which we appreciate.
El Padrino says if you draw a pinhead without the pins and it's basically a bald dude with BDSM gear. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. That's true.
All right. Lance DeBoyer says, since Peanuts was Dave's favorite cartoon growing up, I'm going to try to draw Charlie Brown in Dave Finch's style.
I'd love to see that.
Our Jedi wants you to know that he's very excited for the next Monday night draw. It's going to be the period, best period, day period of period, my period, life. Then that should not end with a period. That should end with an exclamation mark. Justin, oh, sorry, the screen. Justin Ryberg, what is your favorite stage of drawing? The sketching, getting your ideas down, the more detailed stage, or the inking stage?
I have parts of every stage that I really enjoy. The sketching phase, when it's really... Okay, you know what? I probably don't enjoy the sketching phase all that much because I'm having to make a lot of decisions. I tend to just sit and watch movies or you know, audiobooks or that kind of thing when I'm drawing. When I'm sketching and laying things out, I actually have to think, and I don't like thinking. So that's, you know, not my favorite part. I like putting in the shadows. I really enjoy that. I like tightening up the drawing. Probably my favorite though is around this stage of a drawing where I'm getting all the rendering in. It's mostly there. Like I can see where everything is. It all worked. You know, I'm happy enough with it. And now I can just go ahead and just finish it. And it's pretty well, like I'm not going to make a mess of it at this point. I don't think, you know, I shouldn't tempt fate, but yeah, I enjoyed this stage of the drawing. And I've talked to artists that really hate the end stage because they get bored at that point, you know, which I understand how you could. The big decisions are kind of made and, you know, then it just becomes kind of busy work. But I just have a head for sitting and drawing the same little things over and over. So
BW says, Meredith, you need to get on Dave's caffeine regimen because I keep yawning. But the truth is, if I did that, I wouldn't sleep at all.
Yeah.
I try not to have any. I didn't even have decaf tea after 3 o'clock because there's just enough caffeine in decaf tea to keep me up.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive. Raw Gage wants to know about drawing Leatherface from Chainsaw Massacre.
Ooh, that's a good choice. That might be it.
How about Ash, Evil Dead, Hannibal Lecter, or Damien Thorne? A couple people have suggested Ash from the Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead was one of the first horror movies I saw. I think I was 14 years old. I saw Evil Dead, I guess part 1. And then not long after I saw part 2, I think. Anyway, yeah, and it's like a comedy if you watch it now. But man, when I was 14, I was not allowed to watch television when I was a kid. So yeah, that was an experience.
We have 298 likes. I feel like we need 2 more people to get us to 300. We can't end with, I mean, not that we're ending, but only 298. We can't get 2 people to click like on this video for make it 300.
This is when everybody who's already liked is like, you know what? You don't care about my like? I'm out.
I do. We care about everybody's likes. Charlie Parks. Oh, now we're at 301. See?
Hey, look at that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Charlie Parks has a super chat for $1.99. Charlie says, help me with knees that are foreshortened.
Okay.
Like when the legs are coming at you, foreshortened.
Right. So I've got my leg. And then I've got my lower leg. I'm going to bend this one. So there you go. And there, I'll put a foot there. And so your knee is basically this kind of a shape here, this kind of a shape here, connected. And then you've got a bit of a round here, and your muscles round around this part here. So you've got this like 3 muscle kind of combination that goes here. There's a bit of a tendon that connects to a bone extension here.
Did I say that was a super chat?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And so that's basically, bending the knee. And then I like to do it the Frazetta way, which is to take this whole operation and just shadow it. It's very Frazetta. And I love it doing that because it's easy, but also because the lighting change with this light and this dark, it really gives it the illusion of being bent over, which you'll see I do all over the place. Like I did it there too. And now, if you had the leg straight, so because you said the knee, but you didn't necessarily say bent. So I'm going to do one straight. Let me really try and get this foreshortened here.
While you're doing that, our likes are at 337.
Wow. Thank you, everybody.
Just jumped up. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best.
Okay.
Well, they are the best, though.
They are. All right. So now for this one, I've got my muscles of the upper leg here. I want to make sure, and this is just, your knee basically has this kind of a shape here from this angle. And this muscle still rounds around here. I'm drawing the outside of the leg. But what's really important is I've got a tendon here that overlaps over here, and then the knee overlaps here. And then I'm going to overlap the knee here because it comes in front of this. And now this, I want to make sure to overlap in front of this. And overlapping things that are in the foreground, things that are closer to us over things that are further away, really pushes it back in space. I don't even know that that's barely foreshortened. You know what? It's terrible. Let's try another one.
All right.
Okay, I did my best.
I think that can be a Finch tutorial.
Yeah.
You had the idea.
I need to do more on foreshortening,
Yeah, you haven't done a lot of... You did foreshortening.
I did one.
Yeah, one foreshortening video. It's not a glamorous thing, but it's important. So, Jimmy's here. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
And ODM Photography has another super chat for $10. ODM says, I have mastered nothing and sorry for sounding conceited, but was just curious. First of all, you did not sound conceited. You just sounded like I feel very confident in my ability. So anyway.
He should.
Yes, I was just curious if penciling was a needed skill because of how much I enjoy inking. No need to reply. Just hate the way my chat sounded. Don't you anybody ever feel badly about, being proud of yourself.
Yes.
And Dave talks about ODMs, inks all the time. And that's high praise from Richard, who also is an inker. So
yeah, and one of the best.
Yes. Also, really, this is what the stream is for: to have a conversation and to learn. And
yeah,
we're all friends here.
And one day you'll get your work up in a comic, and the internet will cut you into pieces, and we don't need to do that here.
Nope.
Get that soon enough.
We're a supportive community. I mean, if anybody's gonna cut anybody, it's gonna be Meredith cutting Dave.
Yeah, there you go.
And I try not to. I like to a little bit bad cop, good cop.
Sure.
I love you.
Now I'm gonna,
And now I'm gonna say something bad.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna point out the fact that your office is a mess.
That's right.
And look, I got that camera strategically pointed so you don't see them. It's not so bad, guys. I mean, really, it's not so bad.
Definitions.
Oh man, you're giving the impression that it's like hoarders in here or something.
It's not hoarders. Not yet. We're not there yet. I'll let you guys know. If I have to climb over 50 boxes to get to the couch,
then
I mean, there are times I have to clear off the couch, but all right. Nori has a super chat for $5. Nori wants to know, do you have any tips for drawing hands?
Yeah, okay, first of all, Nora, thank you for the super chat. And I want to say that is, okay, look, hands are a really, really difficult thing. And as much as I wish I could just say, here's hands, this is how you do it, and done, moving on, and now you have hands. The fact is that from every angle that you see a hand, it's such a different thing. It has so much flexibility and movement, and all the different fingers work together. And so in a lot of ways, I find the best way to learn hands, and the way that I've seen people learn them well, is to learn the basic form, learn to turn it in space just as a flat thing, and then study your own hands, study comics, and just develop a mental library. The same way that you do with figures when you're doing gesture drawing. Do gesture drawings of hands, you'll get much better at it. That is my recommendation. And I wish I could say, and I'm going to do a hand tutorial. There are a couple that I've been avoiding. Backs I've been avoiding because it's such a difficult one. And hands I've been kind of avoiding too, because here I'm going to let me show you how I draw a hand. This is my very simple, so the palm of your hand is like a box, and really, strictly speaking, I should be shaping the front of it a little bit more like this, because it goes a little more like that. And then your fingers come out like kind of flattened tubes. From that, I think I've drawn the fingers a little bit big for I'm gonna have to make my palm bigger. Look at this, I can't draw a hand, Meredith. And your fingers also follow this kind of a round. And then
do you need me to take over
the thumb is like a triangle here, and it has the shape of it when it comes out. Here's a triangle from the top.
We all know I can draw if you need me to.
And the whole thumb has, okay, it's hard enough without you heckling in the background. And there, it has that basic shape right there. Now that's straightened. When it's bent, it has a different shape. And that's something that like for instance, your fingers splay out, but if your hand is clenched, like I will draw, here's I want to make sure I'm actually on so I'm going to clench my fingers. These are here's a nail, and then here's my thumb. And obviously this is a horrible hand, but the point is that all the fingers point inward toward the palm. And so when you draw a fist, my fist, the fingers have a subtle inward point toward the palm, and you can see like my pinky is curved inward. So I'm going to draw a fist. Don't worry, this picture's going pretty quick, Meredith. We won't be here all night.
I'm not worried.
Okay, so here's a fist. I'm going to draw. Here's my pinky. Here's my not pinky. I don't know their fingers names. My index finger, I know that. I know the pinky. What are the other ones, Meredith? Ring finger.
Middle finger.
Middle finger. Okay. Anyway, so here's basically my hand. But the point is that because I've got my fingers kind of subtly curling inward, it gives it a much more realistic look. And I find a lot of times when you see somebody draw a fist and it's not looking right, it's because the fingers are just drawn as flat shapes and they're not curled in. There is so much more to talk about with hands, and I wish I could go all night and just, you know, I love how the fingernail inserts underneath the skin, and there are different artists that do it in ways that I really, Dale Keown, I highly recommend. He did Pit, and that stuff was awesome. I got so much of that. Carlos Pacheco, actually somebody mentioned earlier, Carlos Pacheco, he does outrageously good hands. He's great to look at. And, you know, you can have so much fun. It's like a career unto itself, just studying how different artists do hands, you know. But anyway, that's kind of a really quick basics. And unfortunately, the best I can do in a live stream, I apologize. It's just it's a very broad subject.
So we have one dislike now.
Uh-oh.
But Fat Cat 3211 says that the dislike is from the kitty.
Yeah.
Walking can opener. Dave, is it true that you are secretly building a fortress of doom on the moon, which you will use to launch your cyber army to take over the world? No. But he does want to build a bunker in our new house.
Yep.
That's all he talks about. Secret door.
Oh, yeah.
Secret tunnel.
I want the hallway with, you know, you walk down and the lights like flicker on as you walk under it, and then they shut off as you pass. You know, very cool.
If I can't do it, I was gonna sing a song. Oh, if only we had $1 million.
You'd be rich. Oh, oh my gosh, dude, you're killing me. You got me doing it.
On you right now. Wow. All right. I gotta go back see if I missed a super chat. Nori. Eric Grove, always the greatest for touting your how to get your art to professional level. Dave's Roadmap blog post is the answer. At DaveFinchArt.com.
Thank you, Eric.
I love Eric.
Yeah, that was actually a YouTube video I intended on doing. And I was so uncomfortable talking to the camera that I just bailed on it. And I thought, you know what, it'd be a good thing to do for a blog post. And it's not something that's going to be I need to draw for anyway. It's more of a, you know, a good way to go to learn how to draw, you know, a good work on this and then on this. And, you know, it's a roadmap. So that's why I called it a roadmap. Anyway, yeah, it's on the site. So, you know, check it out.
Doomsayer Designs is here. He says, how are you two? I haven't been able to keep up with the live stream since you switched to Monday nights. Missed the banter.
Well, I'm glad he made it today.
Somebody said something about somebody else's studio being bad. I missed it.
Being like a messy?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know, I will say that probably most of them are, and you just don't see it because they can't point the camera at it, and they don't have their wife in the room pointing out how the rest of the office is a disaster.
So true.
So you would never know, you know?
So true. His office is immaculate. Immaculate.
Yeah, it's just a joke we have. It's actually pristine.
So clean. Nori says, thank you so much already. Really appreciate the tips. I'll get to work on those hand gesture drawings.
Great. That will do it. And you want to, you know, pick artists that do it well, pick a variety of hand poses, and suffer through it, because, you know, you will. Until you start getting comfortable. It's amazing how, you know, some hand poses, you can look at a hand and just, it will not work. It's crazy. And then when it does, it's like an endorphin rush. And then the best part is when you can draw that hand like 5 or 6 times totally on your own without looking at anything. And now that hand pose and that hand, it's yours. You can use it anywhere. Michael
De Respina wants to know if you're going to build a bunker like the Call of Duty bunkers. That kind of bunker?
Pretty much. You know what?
Is it a video game bunker?
You know what? I want it to be like a Days Gone bunker.
Johnny Cage says, with the way 2020 is going, you might as well need a bunker.
I might need it. I don't want to need a bunker. You know, I just want to have one.
We want to have it for fun.
Yeah.
Go down there, glug, 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 play video games.
I don't even know. You know, truthfully, like, what would I do with
really
a bunker?
But
I mostly say it to drive Meredith crazy.
Yeah, you do, actually. Neela Noba says, hi, Meredith and Dave from Pickering.
Hey, Pickering.
It's not far away at all.
No, not at all. Thanks for coming and watching. Where is Pickering? Is that in Essex County?
No, it's toward Belleville.
Oh, yeah.
It's east of Toronto.
Okay.
It's like Toronto, Oshawa, Pickering.
But I've been there.
Ajax, Pickering, Ajax. Can't remember. BW says, I just got to start learning songs from before 1924 because they're in the public domain.
There you go.
There you go. I'll do that. I'll work on it. 1924.
Oh, are you looking it up now?
No, not yet.
Good.
Next week. All right. Looky. Everybody, Henry just wants a studio tour.
Yeah.
Michael Deraspino says you need to draw Black Bolt or Archangel. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think those would be a lot of fun. I haven't drawn Archangel for a while. I did ink Archangel not that long ago. I did a X-Men cover drawn by Scott Williams. And there was Archangel on it. So
Greg L has a super chat for $2. Greg says, make a bunker like the X-Men Cerebro room.
Yeah, that might be a little outside my... Okay, first of all, a Days Gone bunker is outside of my budget. A Cerebro room? And how do they get these things built? Look, I know everybody says this, but it's true. There's no way Batman gets that whole cave built without having to kill a few contractors afterwards.
But where were we? Oh, we've been watching too much Family Guy.
That's totally what,
I'm pretty sure it's from Family
that's
Guy.
what it is too.
I'm pretty sure it came from Family Guy.
I don't have an original thought. That's totally what it is.
Totally came from Family Guy. Chip Quarles is here, has a super chat for $5. Chip says, I'm late. Did I miss a book of the week? Chip, you did.
You did, but I'll show you. Here, Chip. Wally Wood from Mad.
That's all you're allowed to say.
Right, I'll stop here, but you got to check this book out.
And also...
Great stuff.
Stop that now.
All right.
Chip built a new computer / art rig, which he posted on the Discord. Hope the Finch fam as well. We are. Great. And Chip, we're not here next week because it's Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But we'll be here in 2 weeks on Monday. I'll have a YouTube video up. It won't be up tomorrow. I'll be working on it tomorrow. It will be up on Wednesday. And I'll have it up first thing in the morning. My goal with videos, I really think the best way to do it is to finish it at night and then just time it to post in the morning.
I think that's, yeah.
So yeah, it'll be up Wednesday. And I have to admit, Meredith, I'm torn. I'm actually working on, you know what? I have a lot of stuff going on. Let me just say, I have a video.
Are you saying something that's going to make me angry?
Probably. I have a tutorial video that I'm working on tomorrow that actually won't be for my channel. It's for something else. That I'm very excited to not be able to announce yet, but I will be able to soon.
You guys will be excited too.
Yes. And I also am working on a tutorial video for my channel. And I'm either going to do... Somebody asked about this and I thought, this is a great idea. So, hopefully you guys will let me know what you think about it tonight, because I'm going to be working on this tomorrow. It's going to be how to draw water. Fur. What else? There were a couple other ones. I should write this stuff down. Water, fur, maybe somebody has suggestions. But basically, water, fur, fire, and like an energy explode, like electricity, that kind of thing. Oh. Those sorts of textures. That's good. Really what I was thinking about doing tomorrow. So I hope you guys like that and it, is useful.
BW is going to start a Kickstarter for your bunker.
You're the best, PW. You can come stay with me in my bunker. We can play video games.
Michael Firefly says all construction work is done via the powers of montage.
That'd be a great superhero power. It's done off camera.
Yeah. Anime manga fan says, Dave Finch, did you see the new Monster Hunter movie trailer? It's bad. Also, did you see they're remaking The Craft?
No and no. And you know what? I still have not seen Akira. Not Akira. Battle Angel Alita, which I wanted to see in the theater.
You and Lance were going to go see that.
We were.
Did you not see it? What happened?
It was just too much stuff going on, and then we missed it. And but apparently it's going to be re-released in theaters, I'm hearing. So we might get our chance anyway.
The pandemic, did it?
No, but they're looking at, you know, just to, I think, help theaters a little bit. Like I saw 007 got delayed. They're not going to put that out right now. So theaters are really hurting.
Hello, Wonder Woman 84. Is that ever going to hit?
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that are.
Although theaters are open, I don't even know what's playing in them.
Well, I watched SpongeBob. Yeah. And, you know, we were fine. Fortunately, SpongeBob was not such a popular movie that, you know, it was no problem with the social distancing. Yeah. It was a good movie, though. I liked it.
Isaac had a great time.
Yeah, well, I did too. I love SpongeBob.
Oh, good, because the la 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 la. I can't tell you how many times Isaac does that laugh.
Yeah. You love it.
I love Isaac. Sheldon Martin has a $5 super chat. Sheldon wants to know, what's the story behind Canadian Thanksgiving? Is the food the same as in the US? I don't think it's as big a deal. I mean, I think it's a big deal, but it's not like, because the American Thanksgiving is like this big, massive lead up to Christmas, and there's football, and there's, I mean, maybe I just don't have a family that was it was a big, like,
well, what it
turkey and
America
ham and mashed potatoes. And
America once owned all of what is now Canada.
No, they didn't. Never.
Yeah.
No, they never did.
No, everybody knows that.
No, they never
We
did.
won it in a card game, and to celebrate, we have our Thanksgiving.
This is why you didn't graduate high school. It's the same. Pumpkin pie, you know.
Yeah, it's
traditional fall holiday.
Why we have it on a different day.
Frankly, in my opinion, at a more appropriate time of the year, because this is the harvest season. I never understood. Now I'm going to make people mad at me, but I will get more dislikes. I never understood why Thanksgiving in America was at the end of November. That's practically winter. The harvest is done.
You know probably why? Because so much of America.
Because that's when football is.
No, because America, I think their harvest might be a later time because the weather's different.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I'm guessing.
I mean, as a kid, I always wondered, like, why is American Thanksgiving in November?
Yeah, like I went up.
There's snow on the ground. We're tobogganing in November.
Yeah. Up in Owen Sound last weekend. Was it last weekend?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. Their fall was already well underway. So
there you go. And then had a screen flip. Levi L. Pavia has a super chat for $4.99. Levi wants to know, what are your recommendations for rendering techniques, either exercises or books? Having a hard time getting it down. Thanks.
I have a video on that coming up soon. I will actually be working on it tomorrow, but I'm going to stop talking now. Me and my big mouth. I have a video on that coming up. I will do something on rendering very, very soon. Definitely. I wish it was sooner. And thank you. But yeah, it's. I covered rendering. Not to try and sell you my course. Apologies, but in the drawing superhero heads course, which I have on my site, there's a good section at the end that's all about rendering and the way that I approach it. And I tried to be fairly thorough with that. So there's that. But I mean, it costs money. I don't want to try and sell you something, you know. So I will have something up on YouTube that won't cost anything soon.
Cool. Pizza Monster Art says, Canadian Thanksgiving was never a big deal in my household. I think we've celebrated like 4 times in my life. It's not as big a deal here. Like,
No.
You don't see, I mean, It is, but it's not.
It's not. No,
It's not.
Anything we do that doesn't align with what America's doing, it's never as big because, I mean, honestly, all of our entertainments, I don't know why we wouldn't just switch.
See, now you've educated people incorrectly. Johnny Cage now thinks Canada was created through a game of Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's exactly what it was. There you go.
Artsy Design says, no Pokemon. And BW says, Thanksgiving in the US is the real Christmas Eve. New channel coming soon. History according to the Finches. Who said that? My screen blipped. Who said that? Lance Boyer. Of course, Lance said that. Oh, Rock Gage says America's last possible harvest was at the end of November, and that's why. See? There you go. And it does have to do with, as a kid, I didn't understand.
Yeah, well, and if you don't travel, right?
Yeah, we never travel as a kid. We went to the cottage that was like my nanny's
further north.
No, it was.
Oh no, your nanny's
half an hour away.
Yeah, that's right.
We drove to Kingston. That was 2 hours away. Yeah. That's as far as we went.
So yeah, there you go.
So there you go. Oh, and everybody's like, don't apologize for selling your course. Good instruction has a price.
Well, thank you, really, thank you. But you know, like I do want to sell it, of course, right? But at the same time,
you're so nice.
You know what I mean. I don't want to be on here like, you know.
Purveyor of Loops is packing for a move.
I don't want to be on here trying to sell a ShamWow.
No, it's not a ShamWow.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, Henry, yes, there is an actual list. It does exist. And I am told that it's 2 years long.
Yeah. Well, and I'm at a point, I think what I need to do is when we watch TV, Meredith, I just need to just because I don't know.
You're never doing conventions, so we're never getting.
I'm never doing conventions, and I'm never doing those sketches here because I really am enjoying drawing the sketches that people come up with. You know, like it was not how it was supposed to be, but that's all right. I'm enjoying
how it worked out.
Yeah.
All right. Mauricio Manera says, hi, D&M. Any new Skillshare courses planned? I just took the head and it was awesome. I don't think you're going to do Skillshare anymore, right?
I am not.
That's the point of having your own website.
Right. I'm not, but I do have more stuff planned. It's just going to be on my own website.
DavidFinchArt.com.
You know what? DavidFinchArt.com. I need to talk to Jimmy Reyes. Page One Comics. He's got his Indiegogo for Dragon Rage. Check it out. I don't have a link, unfortunately. I should have put a link up for that too. But anyway, he did this whole background that looks great. It's got a little Batman live chat. That's all Jimmy did that for me. So I need to say, hey Jimmy, would you mind maybe, helping me do a new one with the new site? But I will have new courses coming as soon as I possibly can. Definitely, absolutely. And I think the next course that I have on my own site will be an overall figure course. I've really learned a lot about how to teach it over the last little bit. And so I want to really break it down. I have a section on gesture where I really go into, and then anyway, a section on hands. And it's going to be, I think what I'd like to do is add to it over the years, and I'll have other courses too, but I really like the idea of having.
Gosh, the cat's driving me freaking nuts.
Cats, yeah.
She's crying.
What are you doing down here?
Yeah.
I've seen other people. I know, like Robert Marzullo has some phenomenal. By the way, he's very worth checking out. His courses are great. And he just adds new things over time. So he won't just do, here's a course on hands. He'll add to his overall figure course. So I think I might do like a hand intensive, things like that, right? But I want a figure course that I can add to over time. So that will be next.
Perfect. And Colin was on the stream. He just said, hey, you two have to head out for dinner, but I was happy to see / hear both of you. Hey, Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Dinner. Maybe he did say how old he was and I missed it. So Dave, scroll back through the stream.
You're asking me to scroll back?
Not right now.
Oh, when I watch it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this. I say it all the time, but I always watch the stream back afterwards, so I see all of your comments after. Like for instance, Henry Jeremick had a bunch of ideas for me to, he wrote down a list of what I should be drawing coming up. So I saw that.
And then I get that you didn't have your microphone close enough to your mouth last week, so you cut out.
Hey, look, I'm just trying to make the stream better.
No, I know. It's true. Because your new mic doesn't pick me up like your old mic did.
No. And so when you're off of that mic, yeah, it really cuts.
So I'll have to do better.
Although when I was muting your mic, it wasn't cutting at all, ironically.
That's because I was really shouting at your mic.
Oh.
I know how to project when I want to.
Yeah.
Maybe good, maybe bad.
9:55, and
are you wrapping it up? Is it done?
No, I still have a smaller detail to do, but not a huge amount. Like I've got to do his hair. I've got a few things, but yeah, I'm gonna be done in like 10 minutes. I'm telling you, it's going quick.
Oh, you love your wife. Thank you.
All right, wings are they're not done.
They're not done.
But they're close.
I was worried. I gotta say, honestly, I saw those wings. I was like, oh, we're gonna be
Oh, did you think it would take for? I tried to say.
We're going to be here a long time.
Oh yeah, you know what? The first time I drew wings like this, it took forever. But by the time I was, 6 or 7 issues in, I could do these things in no time. Eventually you get pretty quick at, it becomes like a technique. So you can see it's drawing in my shapes, interlocking them, throwing in the shadow, and then rendering, and it's a little heavier here. It lightens up a little bit here, and it's, they're very like dark kind of, and you can see they're a little broken up. They're actually burnt in the comic, the tips of them. And when they come in, because he doesn't always have them, they like come in with flames. I don't really know that I ever showed that very well, but that was the idea. All right.
That's cool. Did you know Kenny Wang? I don't know if I'm going to start fact checking him. He says, did you know that if you die, cats will want to eat you, but dogs won't? Doesn't even seem right. I met my cat. I met my dogs. It seems like the dog would get hungry and maybe lay down there.
I'm not saying the dog
would eat me, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Somebody Google that. Somebody fact check Kenny. Kenny, you're getting fact checked. Everybody's like, oh crap. Johnny Cage says, shoot, he reads the comments. I'll start behaving myself. Al Patrino says, Dave, if you read this, hi.
When I read it later on, I will say hi.
Oh, yeah. So funny. Is Lucian, did you miss a finger?
Did I?
Lucian's right hand?
That's, okay, yeah, it's right here.
Okay. Somebody's asking.
Yeah, here it is. It kind of got a little mixed up with the other one.
Art9 says, Kenny Wang, they'll both eat you the same.
What?
Dogs and cats
they'll both eat you the same. The whole thing got very dark.
Oh, it sure did. That's what happens.
Pee on your rug the whole time you're alive, and then you go and they eat you.
So, I was gonna say, what's the plan for tomorrow for you? But I already know.
Yeah.
I was at the drugstore today. They had Halloween candy out, and I don't even know if anybody's buying Halloween candy right now. I mean, I have to buy Halloween candy because I promised Isaac I would, but
yeah. I'm just
segueing on from the dogs and cats eating people conversation.
Is that what's going? Okay.
Yeah. Cats. Yeah, I can't. There might be kids listening.
Yeah. It's getting a little dark.
Yeah. Jerry, thank you, Jerry. Jerry Rasco has his $10 super chat. Jerry saved us. Jerry says, I've been so inspired by the stream. I got some equipment to try it myself while I work on pages. I haven't been able to convince my wife to be my Meredith yet, though. Keep working on it, Jerry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't do it.
Bring down a nice bottle of wine. Set her up with a little box of chocolate on the couch. You got to make the first time a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
And slowly.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Jerry, for the super chat. It's,
So, David?
Yes, Meredith.
there's been some discussion on the stream about Lucian's chest area.
Yeah.
And if he's missing an aspect of the human anatomy.
I had it here. Look at that right there. Okay. And then, yeah, I forgot to define it. Okay. But it was there. I hear what you're saying. There you go. Is that a little better?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
People want it to be correct.
Sure. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Anatomically correct.
And fair enough, it would not be the first time that I've just plain forgotten. Because, you know, usually you draw a chest and it would have the Batman logo or whatever. It's not as often I draw somebody just without a shirt on. So yeah, it's totally
true. Yeah, normally you've got like,
yeah,
that's true.
Yep.
There we go. Look at how great that looks. Someday, son, you may have a future in this.
Oh, thanks. I haven't really zoomed in this whole time, and I'm like a little reluctant to because I keep going off the camera, and I don't want to do that. So hopefully that's all right.
I think my cough's gotten better as the night's gone on.
Yeah, it usually does. Honestly, like you come down here and then you're, I don't know if it's because you're kind of aware of it maybe or what.
No, because now I'm sitting.
Oh.
It's always exacerbated by activity. Whenever I ride my horses, if anybody's in the arena with me, they're like, "Are you okay? Do you need water?" I'm like, "Oh no, this is totally normal.
Yeah.
Just give me another fisherman's friend. Let me keep going."
Can you stand back, please?
Yeah. The good thing is that on a horse, I'm naturally social distanced. So
sure. Yeah.
No need to worry about it. So Mike Stewart wants to know if Mark Silvestri has ever talked about doing Ascension again. And somebody asked earlier in the stream, like early on at the beginning of the night, about you ever going back to Ascension, but you don't own the rights to Ascension anymore.
I don't. I haven't talked to Mark about it, and it's not utterly impossible. We actually talked earlier.
You might actually own the rights now. You might have got them back.
I don't think so.
They revert after 20 years, I think, don't they? 20 or 25?
I don't know. The amount of times this has come up. If you wonder why I'm kind of shaking my head, please, let's talk about how I'll get the rights back one day. And
one day that will never happen.
Yeah. Like, really.
Just come up with a new character with wings.
Yeah. But yeah, I've talked to Mark about it. And we actually just talked about doing another just totally unrelated project too. So, you know, there's always discussion.
I almost broke into song from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. Neil Durkin has a super chat for $4.99. Hey, David, I just want to say thanks for the positive feedback on my Punisher sketch on the Discord. Made my girlfriend very proud.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it was a beautiful sketch. It was really nice. He's on a rock and he's looking down. It just had a lot of mood, I think, which is what I said in the comment, because it really did. Yeah. And it was Neil, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he said that he felt like the pose was stiff. It wasn't right. I did feel like the front leg was a little long, but I thought the pose was great. I thought it really, really worked. It's just an appealing picture. And that's such a big part of it. You know, there's right and then there's appealing. And those things don't always fit together. Not that I'm saying yours wasn't right. I'm just saying that, you know, appeal is a very elusive thing. Oh.
Or it's on a potato. Oh my goodness. Somebody stop me.
I'm very, very glad that I'm almost done right now. That's all I'm saying.
Where did that even come from? Oh dear. R9 just says, now it's clear to me why David Finch sleeps on the couch. That's not the whole comment, but I'm going to read that part because that's the funny part right now.
Yeah, I get myself in trouble a lot. I didn't see that. I'll see the comment later, though.
Okay, it says, now it's clear to me why David Finch sleeps on the couch and not sleeps in a double bed, because he respects social distance.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. But that's right.
Only the first part really worked for that moment. Okay,
yeah, fair enough.
So, there you go. And I did make him write that.
All right, I'm just about done. And it is 10:04. Look at that. You cannot ask for better. And I did a promo for Jimmy's.
Promoted Jimmy's stuff.
Which, yeah.
He's grateful for. He said, thanks so much.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. I mean, he doesn't need me. You see how well it's doing.
I know.
But you know what?
Jimmy can run my next Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's a quality book.
If I ever get the first one finished.
I think he's going to do so well with it. And it's great because it's a great story. I got to talk to the writer a bunch yesterday. He's such a great guy. And,
oh, Jimmy's not the writer?
No, he's drawing it.
Oh, what do I know?
And, oh, I gotta sign it. Now that I'm gonna erase it on the camera. Hold on.
What are you erasing?
The pencils. It's just a bit of a mess from last week. All right, that's it.
All right, we did it.
We did it.
We survived. You guys survived.
You guys survived
Another
2 weeks.
Monday night draw with the Finches.
Yep.
And what will you do next Monday? I'll tell you what you can do. You can go on Dave's... That almost segued into like the perfect promo. But I would say if you haven't seen all of the Monday night draws, the next week, go on and watch one that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a bunch.
Yeah. There are...
And I've actually got them all...
I don't even know how many there are because apparently we've been doing this for a while now.
I've got them all archived.
Archived.
It's a good thing archived. I have them all archived on the website also, but you can just find them on YouTube, really, right here.
And before we go, we got to read the 2 super chats that just came in. One from Rodrigo Silva for $5. Rodrigo says, greetings from Brazil. And the final super chat comes from Michael Johnson Curry for $5. Michael said, I read your roadmap. I wanted to thank you. I retweeted. It's so important. This means so much to me. I printed it out and I'm going to follow it every day.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. I'm glad it was useful. It actually took a little while to write, not as long as a YouTube video, I'll grant you, but I put a lot of thought into trying to make it as complete as possible. It's a broad overview, but I really wanted it to be, fairly complete. So, and El Padrino said, can you please hit the clapping sound? So I hit applause. You didn't hear it, but
perfect.
Threw it up there. All right. Oh, you had one other one.
I do?
Oh, no. Okay. Well, then I think we're
I don't
good.
think I did.
All right, that's fine.
That was Michael. And then it was Rodrigo.
So we're good.
And then the one before that was Neil. So we're good.
All right.
We're all set.
Great.
Thanks so much, everybody. See you in 2 weeks. Yep. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody who's Canadian.
and American,
No, we'll do that in November.
Yeah, early Thanksgiving. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Oh, Charlie Parks. Nope, last $1.99.
Thank you, Charlie.
Hang up now, everybody. We got to go.
Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Henry. Killer Tacos. Thank you so much. All right, we will see you guys in 2 weeks, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for another YouTube video. All right. Tutorial video. And
good night.
Here we go again. I'm doing the same thing where I've got to find my stream. All right, and bye, guys.